Hello, dear viewers. Today we're going to be talking about the use of bulldozers by state governments in India against those accused of rioting and of living in illegal housing. Let's begin. Hello, dear viewers. I am a global nationalist. I support global nationalism in my country, India, and in all countries around the globe. Today I'm going to be talking about Indian nationalism in general, specifically about what is called as bulldozer justice, where governments bulldoze the houses of rioters and people who live in illegal housing, criminals, mafia bosses, etc. Now, there have been various opinions on this. I want to look at this from both the moral and legal perspectives and uh, see how this type of punishment can be evaluated morally and legally. Let's get started. It first started in Uttar Pradesh. It was used against criminals. Yogi Adityanath became the chief minister of Uttar Pradesh in March 2017. In September 2017, Yogi warned that he would bulldoze properties of those involved in crime. He said, "My government will bulldoze houses of anyone even thinking of perpetuating crime against women and weaker sections of society." By the end of 2020, properties had been demolished. In July 2020, history sheeter and crime boss Vikas Dubey's house was demolished along with four vehicles. In August 2020, Mukhtar Ansari, a criminal turned politician, connected properties were razed. A government spokesperson explained that the property had been constructed on property of migrants in Pakistan. So, wow, so this means illegal immigrants from Pakistan had constructed this property. This shows that he was encouraging illegal immigration. A number of other structures, illegal constructions or those belonging to known gangsters, were also raised. This number increased by the end of 2021. In February 2021, Yogi stated that 67,000 acres or 270 square kilometers of land had been freed from mafia control. In the elections, Yogi Adityanath went on to use the bulldozer in his election campaign for the 2022 Uttar Pradesh elections. This earned him the tag Bulldozer Baba. Baba because he is actually a priest in a temple and they are referred to as Babas. Madhya Pradesh. Shivraj Singh Chauhan, the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, another state with a BJP CM, went on to use the bulldozer in a similar manner as seen in Uttar Pradesh. Uh, he had ordered the use of the bulldozer against property of the mafia as well as against gang rape, rioting, and kidnapping accused in various places. Many of the alleged perpetrators were of a particular community. In a similar manner, as a tag given to Yogi Bulldozer Baba, banners were seen in Bhopal with Bulldozer Mama written and an image of CM Chauhan and a bulldozer in the background. So it's very popular. In Jahangir Puri on 20th April following communal violence in Delhi's Jahangir Puri, local authorities issued demolition of certain structures in an eviction and anti-encroachment drive. On 22nd April, bulldozers were seen demolishing some shops and three temples in Alwar, Rajasthan, a Congress-led state, but in the BJP-held municipality of Rajganj. Bulldozers run over. Recently, this is the latest issue that bulldozers run over illegal encroachment near Sri Krishna Janmabhoomi in Mathura. Over 100 houses of Nei Basti cleared from railways land. On Wednesday, Agra Railways Authority, in coordination with local police and administration, conducted a massive demolition operation to eliminate illegal encroachments in the backyard of Sri Krishna Janmabhoomi in Mathura. The railways stated that the land on which houses of Nei Basti have been illegally constructed belongs to the railways board and that the land needs to be vacated now for the construction of a special rail line between Mathura and Vrindavan. The administration stated that the illegal encroachment removal was executed after notice regarding the same was sent a month ago, but some of the residents claimed that the measure is an attempt to cause panic and fear. One of the residents who owned a home on the railway line talked to the media to confirm that the notice had been issued regarding the demolition drive a month ago. However, he said that legal proceedings against notice were sought, which is still pending in the court of law. A case remains pending in the Court of Civil Judge Senior Division in Mathura, with a reply due from the railways by August 21st, the next date of the hearing. However, even before that, this demolition initiative has been undertaken. I don't like this. I disagree with this decision of the government. If there's an ongoing case and the court hasn't given its judgment, then they should not have acted. And because what if the court now says that actually the houses were legally owned by the residents? Well, the government will have to rebuild these houses. So they should have just waited for the case to complete. Prashasti Srivastava, PRO for the North Central Railway's Agra division, stated that advance notices had been issued to encroachers residing illegally alongside the railway route. Eviction notices were issued to 135 unauthorized occupiers in total. Many of them requested time to relocate to other locations, and the government granted their requests. However, no valid reason was offered to stop the demolition. As a result, 60 structures were demolished on Wednesday. The Also, in July and a bit in August, there were riots in Haryana in the area of Nuh and the city of Gurugram. The Punjab, and after the riots, the houses of those who rioted were demolished. On Monday, the Punjab and Haryana High Court used an important phrase while halting a demolition drive carried out by authorities in Nuh and Gurugram, which had seen communal violence the previous week. The issue also arises whether buildings belonging to a particular community are being brought down under the guise of a law and order problem, said the bench, and an exercise in ethnic cleansing is being conducted by the state. So the court has halted the demolition drive, and they say that this is an attempt to target a particular community, and they use very strong language of ethnic cleansing. I think that's very irresponsible language. I don't think that the government has created a plan to remove Muslims from the state of Haryana or from the areas of Nuh and Gurugram, and that only criminals from this community are being attacked and ordinary people's houses are not being brought down. But I do, if indeed that they don't have the authority to do so, if they've not followed the proper procedure, then the court is right in staying them and halting it. Now let's look at the legal history of India and see how bulldozer justice stands up to it. Many Indian peace bodies and human rights organizations are opposing such actions by the government of India. This is wrong, not government of India, government of states, because they violate the fundamental rights given in this Constitution of India. According to Article 14 of the Constitution of India, it states that the state shall not deny to any person equality before the law or the equal protection of the laws within the territory of India. And Article 15, Clause 1 states that the state shall not discriminate against any citizen on grounds only of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, or any of them. So, does bulldozer justice violate these articles? So far, no court has said so, but in my opinion, uh, the government has not uh, violated any citizens' right to equality because, as in the case of Vikas Dubey, who was a Hindu mafia boss, his house was also demolished, and also the various rape cases in Madhya Pradesh, those houses were demolished. So it's being done to people, criminals from all communities, not just Muslims. So, no, this isn't being done unequally. In Menaka Gandhi versus Union of India case, 1978, Supreme Court held that procedure established by law within the meaning of Article 21 must be right and just and fair and not arbitrary, fanciful, or oppressive. The main question arises here, which is whether the demolition which is being taken by place by the government of Uttar Pradesh is violation of the fundamental rights given by the Constitution of India. The apex court with regard to earlier petition concerning against the demolition drive in Delhi's Jahangir Puri, the court has given notice on 21st April and directed, this is from last year, the court has directed status quo against the demolition drive by the being launched by the North Delhi Municipal Corporation. The riot hit Jahangir Puri area. So the court doesn't believe that you can use uh, bulldozers against houses as a form of justice against people accused of rioting. The Supreme Court asked the Uttar Pradesh government not to carry out demolition activities except in accordance with procedure established by law. So, yeah, that's what they said, but they haven't said that the government was not actually following Article 21 as per the judgment of Menaka Gandhi. And I think by giving notices to people, they have followed the law, but the fact that in one of the cases there was a case going on and they still bulldozed it, that is not lawful in my opinion. But I'll we'll have to wait for the court to give its opinion before I make a conclusion. So I think that bulldozer justice is morally good if the government has strong reason to believe that these people are rioters, criminals, mafia bosses, rapists, scum, basically. But I don't think it's legally perfect. I think it's better to have normal arrests, punishments, which is what the legal punishments are for these people. But unfortunately, the Indian judiciary is very slow, and so many of these guys never get punished. So the government is taking the shortcut to give justice to people, justice in a moral sense. I understand how this appeals to the common man. It appeals to me too, as a common man, but I disagree with this. We have to find a way to uh, give put more judges in courts and the judiciary and to establish quick and speedy trials to so that we can properly punish these people. and because but those who live in illegal housing, yeah, their houses should be demolished. I completely agree with that. And yeah, people, Muslims should understand that the only reason they're what most of the news of bulldozing is happening in their houses because most of the rioters, most of the criminals are sadly from your community. It is true. Just take a look at the facts of the people who are in jail in India. Muslims make up a large percentage of that, and that's why most of the people who've suffered from bulldozer justice are Muslims. It's not because Muslims are being discriminated against or particularly targeted. Well, that's all I wanted to say. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. If you want to see other videos about Indian nationalism in general, click here. If you want to see my previous video, click here. If you want to see the sources I use for this video, click the links in the description below. Thank you for watching. Vande Mataram.